Hey guys, welcome back to The Interceptor. We are here with war number 7 of Season 49, and Matrix has matched up against Next, which is our third consecutive opponent who is over 200 rating above us. At the time that we matched them, we were at 3,500. They were at 3,700. So, lots of fun. Kabam saw that, we were on a good start. We were 4-1, so they gave us 3 brutal opponents in a row. And you'll see what happens. So today I have the team of Gambit, Torch, and Odin. Now, I've always said that I do not like using Torch in war. I ranked him up because I had extra science tier 6 catalysts, posted it in my alliance chat. I never really intended to have to bring him to alliance war, but unfortunately I did get assigned him. So instead of complaining, I just sucked it up and did it. So, unfortunately today, I only have 4 fights. 2 with Gambit, 2 with Torch. Because I was not assigned any mini-bosses. Probably due to the fact that I've died twice in my last 2 wars. That probably has something to do with it. But regardless, this Jabari Panther was only a rank 4 6-star. Which was really weird considering that this is a whale alliance. Their accounts are much bigger than ours, so I'm very surprised that they had a rank 4 on defense. Probably just a mistake, as I did tell one of the members, like, I'm kind of surprised that you guys had a rank 4 on defense for such a big alliance, and he said he didn't know, and he said that must be a mistake. So I'm just going off what he said. But basically, Path 7 Section 1 over to Path 9 Section 2, which is why I have Odin for the shock pre-fights. Or shock pre-fight, I guess. But this Doom here, let's say I ate that L2 on purpose, right? I definitely, or the L1. We'll say I ate the L1 on purpose. No comment otherwise. This Doom, really straightforward. I do not have my Torch pre-fight because I have to save that for my next fight, but still a really straightforward fight. It's kind of a nothing node. We'll say it was a strategic move to eat that L1 in order to build more charges. We'll go with that. Anyways, we have one more Torch fight. The only fight I'm really scared of this war, I knew as soon as I saw my Section 1 that they were both going to be absolute breezes of fights. But this is a Destroyer on Hazard Shift. And I am using a champion that is immune to neither debuff, but gains a resistance to shock from the Odin pre-fight. And I just pulled 7-star Odin very recently, so I was able to bring him, which was cool. But I was debating using the other pre-fights here, but I'm going to actually save them for the Nick Fury. And the reason is because I don't understand how Destroyer works. I know that his L2 goes unblockable, and I thought, maybe if there's a chance his L2 nullified buffs or something like that. Like, if he has some way of removing buffs from me, it would probably be a good idea that I had the minimum number of buffs possible, because obviously he's running 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion. But obviously Hazard Shift starts in shock, so I am able to hit at the start. But when the bleed rolls around, we're just going to not hit him, basically. He throws the L2. Yeah, I don't know how to dex it. I don't know if it is possible to fully dex it, because I know generally you want to bait his L1s, and usually you want to nuke Destroyer on pretty much every node. There I missed a parry, so I did lose a little health. Gonna bait this L1, and then I'm going to chain this medium into an L2. He's going to die before Hazard Shift goes back, so luckily I'm able to depend upon the nuking power of Torch with pre-fight versus a Mystic, and honestly not really do very well in the matchup. So here, I did actually have to swap around a bunch of masteries, so I am going to skip this, but I have one fight left, and this is going to be Nick Fury on Hazard Shift and One Eye Open, which basically means no L1s, no L3s, no parries this fight, and other than that, it's just a Hazard Shift. Nick Fury is not a particularly tough defender. and Gambit is actually a very good counter to him. However, I boosted wrong. I used 150% mutant, which was the correct move, but unfortunately I used a 12% mutant because I thought it would not be enough. Turns out, with that, it's actually going to be too much. And for some reason, Nick Fury was being an absolute ass at the start of the fight and would not let me remove the indestructibles because, of course, in this matchup I cannot parry. Or, like, technically I can because it's not like the stun's reflected or anything, but there's no practical purpose to parry, so I'm only going to parry his special attacks. Here, trying to get him to throw the L2, and I'm not really worried about the indestructible in this matchup because this is a fight where like 90% of my damage comes from 5% of the fight, because that's generally the way fights go with Gambit. But yeah, I wasted that entire bleed cycle where I could have hit him because he was just non-stop dashing at me and triggering, I think I said trigging there, triggering the indestructibles, which was just so annoying. And here I want him to bait, or I want to bait out the L2, so I parry the last hit. Oh, I missed the parry. Now I'm going to bait a heavy, charge heavy into L2, and it crits. And I didn't really anticipate it sending me all the way to special 3, because the plan for the fight was to use 1 or 2 L2s to get rid of the first life, and then 1 L2 to get rid of the second life once it ticked down a bit. And now that I am at an L3, I know that Nick Fury is stun immune. However, I have to let my dog out 1 second. My dog wanted to leave my room and my door was closed. Not really a big deal because the fight's just playing. What I was saying. Oh, I was saying that I know that Nick Fury is stun immune in his second life, and Gambit's L3 stuns. However, I know that there's a specific order in which the game checks for things, for nodes, to apply damage, and I didn't know if for the stun reflect node, it checked for stun immunity before or after the damage is calculated. Because if it checks for stun immunity before, then I would be fine because there's no stun, aka no stun reflection. But if it checks for stun immunity after the damage, then I would have killed myself with the special 3, despite the fact that he was stun immune. And basically, like, I know I probably would have been fine, but I'm not risking a death in a scenario where I'm at absolutely no risk if I just play it with my basics, right? There's no reason for me to rush, and I knew that I could survive. I would, in fact, be healing the whole fight from Hazard Shift, so as long as I didn't make any massive mistakes, like even a combo into a light ending bleed wouldn't kill me because I have the bleed damage resistance. But yeah, that's what we decided to go for. And oh, my dog's running around. I'm gonna close my door again. I apologize for the disruptions. This was not planned, but my dog is deciding to be annoying right now. Anyways, we lost this war. Kind of unfortunate, just that the fact that we've 3 wars in a row consecutively matched alliances 200 or higher, rating higher than us. It's just unlucky, and we should get a couple favorable matchups next so we can get back in the win columns, or at least, I don't even mean favorable as in alliances that are above us. I just mean like roughly at the same level. We just want some matchups that are equal to us, fair matchups, and we just haven't been getting them recently. But we did lose this war with a score of 6-10, and while 10 is a respectable score based on the performances we've been able to put up in the past, this is obviously a little bit of a disappointment, as we are totally capable of clearing with under 6 deaths, and this could have been a win if everyone was on their A game. But yeah, obviously a few things went wrong this war. We are now 4-3 on the season. My death total is up to 3 deaths, and my PSR is at 41 out of 44 fights soloed, or 93%. And my deathless streak is up to 4 fights, being just the 4 fights from this war because I died in my final fight of War 6. That's going to be all for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next war. Bye.